Hello! Welcome to the end of November / beginning of December's Project Pan update. I have decided that this will be it for 2025. I don't want to worry about it after the holidays and around New Year's. Plus I'm going to be super busy during the last half of the month, so I'm not going to wear much makeup. I'm not going to worry about trying to film. So this will be both an update and kind of the finale. I haven't decided what I want 2026 Project Pan to look like. I do want to continue doing it. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same format. I'm not sure if I'm going to share or just keep it to myself. I don't know if I'm going to maybe do every few months a video. That's something I'm going to get to later. But yeah, let's get started. So for November, I wanted to push myself to use my makeup even more. So my standard makeup that would be like everyday looks, like blush, powder, highlighter, things I use every time I wear makeup, I push to use them 15 times each instead of 10. And all of the more specific products, like specific eyeshadows and eyeliner, I chose to use 10 times instead of 5. And I'm happy to say I did it. Barely. It took me until the very last day of November to reach these goals, but I'm very glad I did, because it did force me to wear makeup on days where I was kind of iffy on it, but I'm always glad that I did do it. It wasn't a negative forcing, it was more of an encouragement to wear more makeup, and I really appreciated that. The first product is this lipstick I've been using as blush. I plan to use it 15 times, and I used it 15 times. And it's really getting low, which is very exciting. I'll probably be able to finish it like before spring, I would guess. And that's great, because this is a really good winter blush for me because it's more natural looking. So that's fun and exciting, and that has been huge progress since the beginning of the year. If I look at my little drawing, this it's this one right here. The very top is from like basically January 1st, and then I started doing this active Project Pan in the middle in this section here. But you can see that there's been huge progress throughout 2025. I almost have it done. I know there's probably more than it looks, but the fact that I've used that much of this when usually I barely use it at all, it's huge. Very, very helpful that I started using it as blush. So if you ever have a lipstick you're not sure about, maybe try that. My next is my loose powder, which is always a progression goal. I don't really care when I finish it, I just want to finish it one day. And this I've been really noticing has been getting down there. Actually, most of my products that I've been panning are like this close to panning or getting finished. If I continue using these products throughout next year, I think it'll be very satisfying, because I feel like I'll be able to finish a lot in 2026. I think this is the best you're gonna get. But yeah, it's like a pretty thin layer now. And if I go here, this line is from January 1st. So I've used all of that throughout 2025, not including December. And I only started like really actively panning like in July. So this is really like half a year's worth of like active panning, which is really cool. I use this powder 18 times. My highlighter here, I wanted to use 15 times. I used 18 times as well. And my current goal for this is to flatten the pan a bit, because there is a huge dip, but I want to make it flatter. I will say I had this in my makeup bag for travel for like a few weekends this past month, and I did unfortunately break it a little bit right here, so that's where some of that came from. But I'm really happy with how this is going, especially considering at the beginning of the year, this is like still like a very big curve on top, and it's flattened out considerably. Next is my eyeliner pencil. It's still a progression goal and I've used it 18 times. And that is all we have left. This lasts a lot longer than I always think it will, but I guess that's a good thing considering I use it basically every time I wear makeup. And fun fact, pencil eyeliner is actually my favorite step of my makeup. I love waterline eyeliner on me, so there we go. Then I continued working on this single shadow, this bronzy gold. I plan to use it 10 times. I used it 12 times. I'm just expanding the pan at this point because I hit pan in October. And that's how it's going. Not that bad. I'm very happy to see it expanding. And I'm excited for the day where I finish this whole thing. Next is my copper shadow stick. This was a 10 use goal and I used it 10 times. This is the one that's broken, so I have to be careful / a little silly with showing the progress. And I don't have to, but I want to. Ooh, there we go. I'm pretty sure that is a good chunk gone, and I was hoping to have more of it done by the end of the year, but I'll just keep tracking on it next year. This is mostly a fall shade for me, but I could see myself wearing it throughout the winter, so I'm mostly panning this just because it is broken, so I want to like use it up. And also I really love copper. Copper is such an underrated color, but I'm very happy with how that's going. And then I have my black metal eyeliner. It's black metal because it's sparkly. There's no way to tell. It's still the same, like probably drying out, but not quite done yet. I plan to use it 10 times. I used it 12 times. So it's still going. We'll see. And then I have this liquid lipstick. This I plan to use 10 times. I used 10 times. This was a bit of a struggle for me. Lipsticks always are. And I really don't just highlighter over everything because it broke in my makeup bag. I don't think there's really any easy way to tell where we're at with this. So I don't know. I used it 10 times and I'm happy that I used it at all. So progress is progress. And actually, that's all the makeup I panned, at least in November. How do I wrap up a Project Pan finale? This is my first time doing a little finale thing for like more than 1 month. I'm not going to go through every single product I own. That feels like a bit much for me. Since this is very casual, very much just for me to try to use makeup more often because it is something I enjoy. I just forget that I enjoy it. So with that, I'll say within the past, I think it was only like 5 months since I started posting here about Project Pan. So like 5 months of actively panning, like really trying for it. I finally finished this lip scrub I've had forever. I still haven't taken the label off, but I finally finished this lip scrub. And I finally finished this clear lip gloss, which took me so many more months than I thought it would, but I'm very happy that I did that. I finished 2 products. I made a bunch of progress on the rest of the makeup that I own. I hit pan on a single shadow, this one right here. Very exciting. Yeah, and I see a lot of close pans for next year. So we'll see where 2026 takes us. That is a future me problem because I have finals. So I'm worried about finals. I've been putting this video off for a few days, oopsies, but we're here. We did it. We made it through another year, almost. Yeah. Lesson is learn to love your makeup. It lasts forever. And you don't need as much as you think you do. I don't even have that much makeup and I feel like I have more than I need. So I don't know, maybe this Christmas think twice about what you're buying. If people want to gift you makeup, maybe be very specific about, hey, I really like this specific product, I'm almost out. Maybe you can give me some of that. I don't know. try to be conscious consumers. That's something I've never really talked about, but I feel like goes with the Project Pan thing. And I am very passionate about conscious consumerism and how consumerism shapes our lives. Maybe I'll dive deep into that one day. I don't know. That might be fun. Thanks for hanging around. This is very chill and like the first time I've ever done like consistent things on the internet. It was fun. And we'll see what happens in the future. Till then, take care.